All right, real quick, man. I'm actually tired of talking about this bullshit with Lamar Jackson, Lamar Action Jackson. But this one right here, listen, this one doesn't even make sense to me. Some anonymous NFL DC, right, too pussy to put his name on something, right? If Lamar Jackson can never be a tier 1 QB, no matter even if he wins 12 MVPs, well, put your name on it. You won't put your name on it because you know he will destroy your defense, and he will do it by land or by air. Yes, by air. This clown right here said that he mentioned him as a tier 2 quarterback, as the 10th best player in the league at his position. So he's so unique as an athlete. He's really a good football player, but I don't give a shit if he wins the league MVP 12 times. I don't think he'll ever be one as a quarterback. He'll be a one as a football player, but not as a quarterback. Can you imagine saying that about somebody 25 years old who is a former league MVP and a 2-time Pro Bowl selection? Right? And then they talked about this shit, right? He got 8 votes for tier 3. The first tier included Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, and Joe Burrow. Okay. What are we doing here? Make it make sense to me. Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow, 2 great quarterbacks, 2 very talented quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to Joe Burrow for his team going to the Super Bowl, right? That they did not win, so he's not a Super Bowl champion. Neither is Josh Allen, nor is Justin Herbert. So if you're going by that measure, they don't qualify for that, right? Justin Herbert, what have they done in the playoffs? I'm confused by that. Not to say that they won't or they will never and all that, but I'm just saying if we're judging that by what's going on right now, you have to make it make sense. Make it make sense. Right? He showcased, look, the 25-year-old showcased his full skill set in 2019 with 36 passing touchdowns and only 6 interceptions. And then he kicked in 1,200 yards rushing. Make it make sense. He said that one of these things said, like, if they have to pass to win a game, he can't do it. Do these clowns watch football or do they skim it? I remember a certain game I'm sure that everyone watched. Wasn't it Monday or Sunday Night Football last season? Against the Indianapolis Colts, where he set all kinds of records in the game passing, right? 86% completion percentage off of 43 attempts with 442 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions. He only had 62 yards rushing, so don't blame that win, right? Or give credit to that win because of his legs. It was with his brain and his arms. He was destroying the Colts through the air, and they won the game. You can't say somebody can't do some shit when they showed you they have the ability to do it, and he's doing it with far less talent than all those other guys that you named. Every single one of those guys have tier 1 wide receivers on their team. Am I joking? Who did he say? Right? Aaron Rodgers. We only got to mention Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, I believe, is just great, period. There's no doubt about that. Patrick Mahomes, hey, from what I heard, some people on the team was questioning him anyway, but not to mention he's throwing to Travis Kelce. He was throwing to Tyreek Hill. Like, these are tier 1 players, period. Tom Brady, he's great no matter what. No doubt about that. Josh Allen, he started off not like Lamar started off. He started off actually pretty pedestrian until they got him a little bit of talent. He got adjusted to the game. Now he is great. Definitely an all-world talent. Justin Herbert has the best wide receiving core in the land. He has 2, you could say 2, maybe 2 top 5 receivers, definitely 2 top 10 receivers that he's throwing to. Had a great tight end or very good tight ends as well. He plays on a team that was definitely suited for a veteran like Phillip Rivers, and he got to reap the rewards of that. And we know what Joe Burrow is about. His wide receiving core may be the most complete in the NFL. If you're talking about Jamar Chase, a cat like Hollywood Brown to me is a 3rd receiver on most teams, and especially on teams where you have valuable targets to throw to. Would you start Hollywood Brown over Jamar Chase? Would he start over T. Higgins? Hell no to both of those. And he wouldn't start over Tyler Boyd because Tyler Boyd is a versatile player who is rougher than you believe or rougher than you can imagine. The dude is a roughneck type cat who can do it in a make it from scratch game, and he can stretch the field if necessary. He's just a better player, in my opinion, than a Hollywood Brown. And we know Justin Herbert's targets. Hollywood Brown would never start over a Mike Williams or a Keenan Allen. What are we doing here? But check this out. If you talk about just through the air, I'm only going to take the first 2 seasons of all these guys starting. So that would be Lamar's first full season as a starter, and then his second season to keep in line with Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert, who've only has 2 years of tenure in the NFL. And I even did the same for Josh Allen, his first full season and then his second season, because we know people have a chance to improve. People only don't think you have a chance to improve when you're black or you're a hood cat like Lamar Jackson. They don't want to give you the benefit of the doubt. But even when saying someone needs to improve, what about what they've done? Right? If we're talking about just through the air here, and this is a light comparison. Some of these things don't match to me. Even with all the success Joe Burrow and those guys had last year, the Bengals are 12-13-1 with him as a starter. Justin Herbert is 15-17 with the Chargers. The Chargers are 15-17. I'm going to keep saying that because QBs don't win games. Only people who think that are virgins and nerds. Complete teams win football games. I don't know how many times I got to tell you dudes that QBs don't win games by themselves. You can be a sorry-ass QB like Trent Dilfer and win a Super Bowl because the rest of your team is outstanding. Or you can be a great quarterback and then not win any games because the rest of your team sucks. We see it all the time. And Josh Allen, 15-12. But Lamar Jackson's team, 24-6 with him as a starter. 24-6 in his first 2 seasons. He had a 65% completion percentage. Him and Josh Allen, relatively the same amount of attempts at the time. But look, Josh Allen only was completing 56% of his passes with 30 touchdowns and 21 interceptions. Lamar had that in 1 season. Lamar had 36-6 in 1 season, but 62 touchdowns and just 15 interceptions and just 4 less throws than Josh Allen over the same period of time. What are we doing here? Make it make sense to me. 106 rating is better than all those dudes, even Joe Burrow with his last season. 47 touchdowns and 19 interceptions Burrow has in 2 seasons. Well, we know he got hurt in his first season as well, but you know what I'm saying? We're giving the benefit of the doubt. But hey, that man is throwing to some all-world talent. So that erases that for me. But Justin Herbert, 69 touchdowns, 25 interceptions. We know the guy can play some football, but you have to take into account the type of talent that he has surrounding him. Come on, man. Lamar still crushing it through the air. 62 touchdowns and 15 interceptions in his first 2 seasons started. Well, they're going to get back to what's cracking out here, and he was starting to really destroy it last year, pushing the ball downfield. Well, people were saying he was dinking and dunking. He was leading the league in yards per attempt. But we won't say anything about that. We won't say nothing about that Indianapolis Colts game. 86% completion percentage on over 40-something throws. Make it make sense, man. The fuck out of here with this, man. I'm tired of this shit. Put your name on it, right? You should have put your name on it. Who said that? Beyonce or something like that? Put your name on it. If you think that he can't, with 12 MVPs, be a tier 1 quarterback, put your name on it. And why does he have to play like all these other cats anyway? Why are we still doing that shit in this day and age? That's what fucks the world up anyway. Well, people thinking that everybody has to do something exactly the same. This man can't come with his own flavor and ball out. 24-6, isn't that what matters the most? He has to do it exactly like Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady. It doesn't make sense to me, man. But let me know what you think about that, man. I'm tired of this shit. I can't wait for the season to get here for Lamar to shut everybody the fuck up. All you insurrectionist bastards and this insurrectionist coach who won't put his name on something. Hey, I would have respected if that man said, yeah. I bet you if he was talking about Blaine Gabbert, he'd put his name on it. He'd be like, yeah, tell Blaine Gabbert to call me on my hotline. Because he know what Lamar Jackson can do to his defense, man. Fuck out of here.